think when you're playing for something at the end of the rainbow there, at the end of the season, it always makes it different.
2018, a brand new year, and the next step in the growth of the UMass Lowell baseball program. For the first time since the transition to Division I, the Riverhawks face the possibility of a postseason. They could play for an America East Tournament championship. They could play for the College World Series. The possibilities are endless, and what sets this year apart from the last four is that their fate is in their hands.
This is the year. We got some veteran guys. We came in as freshmen, us juniors, and now most of us are playing. So we're just waiting for our chance, and now this is the year. We want to take this team as far as we can go. We're playing for a playoff series now, and that changes things as far as mentality goes a little bit. I think it'll help us towards the end of the year keep that fire lit under our butts and in our bellies, and I think we won't run out of gas as easy at the end of the year this year.
I mean, it makes it feel a little bit different. I came here as a freshman knowing, I mean, he recruited me knowing that we couldn't be eligible until my senior year, so pretty much the first 3 years that we've been playing, I mean, we've just been playing for wins and just getting ready for this year. So this year is pretty much all that the seniors have. So this year, it's more special. We're taking it game by game, but it's more special for us, yeah.
Just human nature makes your focus level go up. You know, every drill, every swing you take, every pitch you make, it could be the difference between, you know, making the postseason and not. So I think things do get ramped up a little bit just by human nature.
It's a little different coming into the season because we know that we have the playoffs. So we're playing for something now instead of just playing 53 games and trying to get the best record. So I mean, we're coming in, we're trying to get that good seed in the America East. We're trying to win the America East and ultimately win the regional. And once the regional comes, you know anything can happen. So
I think this year, knowing that we have something to play for at the end, that's going to be the extra motivation that we need to take it to the next level, to win the first championship here and just keep going in the playoffs. So yeah, it's different.
I think as far as our approach goes as a team, we're still taking the same mentality and same approach into the season as, you know, stay in the moment and you know what's important now for us. And what's important now is winning our first series, opening up the year down in South Carolina. We don't want to look too far ahead. We got some big dogs down the road a little bit, but I think as long as we take it one day at a time and keep staying in the moment, we'll do a fine job this year.
I want them to be gritty. I want them to be able to hit situationally when they need to hit situationally. I want them to, when people walk away, that those are 27 tough outs. And I think to be able to do that, it's a daily thing. We talk about knowing who you are as a hitter. Every hitter in our lineup has a different identity. Every hitter in our lineup has a different role, but those roles change as the at-bats progress, depending on what the situation is. Steve Passatempo is a different hitter than Ben Prada. Ben Prada's job is to get on base. Steve Passatempo's is a job to man.
What we are also witnessing is a building program that began the day the transition began, and now is in a position to begin paying dividends.
We got to recruit a different type of athlete than we did when we were Division II. Our average size went from 5'10" to 6'1" in 2 to 3 years. We've recruited bigger, faster, stronger athletes, and with that, we've wanted to be able to hit the ball over the fence. And that's, but to be able to do that, you got to recruit the right kids, and we think we've done that. And I think anyone in our lineup has the ability to hit the ball over the fence. Some guys more than others, and I think we got 3 or 4 guys that are as feared in the lineup as anybody in New England, and I'm glad they're on our side. We think we've got a good amount of speed. We think we've got a good amount of power. We think we've got guys that can really work counts. I think we're a pretty complete lineup. We're right-left balanced. We've got a lot of lefty hitters, a lot of good righty hitters. So we're in a pretty good place right now, and for the first time, we're junior-senior dominated, and we haven't been that way since this transition began.
Take it game by game. Don't overlook anybody that we play. Don't, you know, overestimate. We're playing Vanderbilt. Just take it like any other game. So, I mean, we're just looking forward to Ball State, and then just keep it game by game from there on out.
Always a game of adjustments. You know, you can never be satisfied in how your swing is or how you look. You always have to get better. I mean, before 2 strikes, I'm just looking for a pitch to handle. Whether how the pitcher's throwing, how the game's going, I'm going to look for a spot, and hopefully I can get that pitch. And with 2 strikes, I'm just going to bear down and try to put it in play this year.
Hitters, especially power hitters, may grab headlines, but it is the other part of the equation that plays such an important role: the pitching staff.
But it's the overall depth. I think we've got the ability to match up lefty, righty. We've got power arms. We've got guys that with different arm angles. So I think we've put together a really good pitching staff that can can wreak havoc on another team. We'll be able to match up with any hitter they have.
My approach is to attack. It's to attack the hitter. It's to attack the strike zone. And it's to really get that hitter in and out of the box as quick as I can. I don't want my guys, falling on their heels behind me. I want to be throwing a lot of strikes and keeping my infield and my fielders behind me engaged in the game.
The final piece of the equation, at least in this case, is the schedule. It is one designed to test this Riverhawk team, to prepare it for the conference season and for the postseason.
By design, we want to go win a regional and play in a regional. We're going to play in environments like Vanderbilt and Wake Forest, traditionally two of the top 15 teams in the country. We look forward to those challenges. We go in there. We feel we're going to win. We're going to, but we put together the schedule to see what it brings out of our team. The cream rises to the top, as we say. Guys will be put in tough situations. We'll face top-notch pitching staffs. Our pitchers will face some of the best hitters in the league or in the country. But it'll make us better in the end when we get ready to play in the American East Conference, which is a great conference, 1 through 7.
I love these guys. These guys are my brothers. We do everything together. I mean, we're eating together, we're hanging out together, we're playing baseball together, we're with each other all day. And when you form those bonds and those relationships with your guys, it makes it easy to play for one another when you're out on the field there. And when you got guys that you really like behind your back, you're going to do anything you can to put them in a good position to succeed. Not only yourself, but putting the people around you in a position to succeed.